Hey everybody, Jay Barino here, welcome back, playing UEDAIP. It's a mod for StarCraft Remastered created by Nekron that remakes the Brood War campaigns. So we're going to return to Char. And we spent a lot of extra time on the Battle of Braxis last time, supposedly to make this mission a little bit easier, I'm not sure. We wiped it of all the tech structures. Alright, so here we go. This Kali tribe lost many of its warriors on Ire. Zealots will be unavailable for this mission.
Contact.
Interesting. Oh, we got the little interceptors.
Aliens come. Did you think you could escape the infallible might of the UEDAIP?
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
We wouldn't manage an unfulfilling war dump. Well, you went long. And this time, I will make sure I get to dissect your slimy, worthless, mouthless skulls myself.
Jeez. Alright, so that's our first taste of Vasily, which is a new character. I think that's Nekron, the creator of the mod. I think that's his voice here. So we have yellow, brown, and orange, and then the UED in the upper left. So I'm gonna guess that the UED are going to be slightly weakened, just because we wiped all those tech structures. Let's get a lay of the land, and then we can restart, because that lurker did just wander into our base. This is interesting. We have two nexuses. So what I can do, I mean, I had an observer. We just move the observer over here while Vasily is talking to ensure that we don't lose anything. Let's just kind of, again, do a little... Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. It's a lot of AoE anti-air, so if we're going to kill them... we can't make Zealots, so I guess it's just going to be Dragoons and Archons. Reavers probably would be an okay choice here, though I resent saying it. You can normally not make carriers on this map, I think. Though we can get a Stargate and a Fleet Beacon, so we'll see if carriers are available for us. You typically don't want to make air on this map. Okay, so let's just go ahead and restart so we can play the mission. Okay, so let's just ignore Vasily and just move these units over here and kill that clown that comes in to try to get to us. And I probably want to move over and take the left base as soon as possible. Right base.
Aliens come.
You've not enough minerals.
There he is.
We are under attack.
You thought you wouldn't manage an unfulfilling war dump. Well, you went long, and this time I will make sure I get...
Okay, well, actually, we've already heard him say this, so it's fine that we don't necessarily listen to it. All right, let's move a probe over here, because I want to take this base as soon as possible. Though, as I mentioned, I think it was in Mission 3 where I talked about it. Oh, this is interesting. So we got... It's like a Protoss and Zerg ally. And they get Revenants. Do I get Revenants? I just get Dragoons and High Templar. Interesting. So I am a Kali tribe, as it said. Interesting stuff. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to take this base. Well, let's not stop making probes, and eventually we'll get to 400 and take it. I like how they're stationing units outside my base to sort of protect it. We'll see how strong, again, the UED ends up being. So yeah, I mentioned in Mission 3... I'm hesitant to take bases that are right by my allies because occasionally they'll try to expand, and it's sort of symbolic in the sense that they don't need the resources, but if they're able to set it up, they will build more production structures, have stronger attacks, maybe get more upgrades. So, I don't know if I would normally rush to this, but there's no other available expansion from what I can tell. Typically, we'd have to push up into this base, but that's the UED, so I'm a little hesitant to just wander up into their base. I think we're going to need to start just getting a lot of Dragoons and Dragoon upgrades like as soon as possible, which means that we're going to need Citadel of Adun and a Templar Archive. What I'm liking about blue so far is it feels like they're a bit more of a defensive AI. I can make these Hornets now, finally. I don't know where you build those. I'm going to assume the Stargate, so we'll keep an eye out for that. And then I would like to get some defense in this general vicinity as well. This Ragnarsar is... unfortunately in my way, so we're going to have to kill him. I'm sorry, Ragnarsar. Okay, keep getting probes. This is saturated. I mean, we have a lot of gas stockpiled, but we're working off of 1 right now, so we're going to be able to spend that very quickly. And then we're just going to make some extra Dragoons, and again, just try to get my upgrades relatively quick. Let's go ahead and move this up here, keep an eye on them. Pretty large attack there, but they're getting stuck in the area where my... probes are going back and forth. Did they kill all my probes that were on gas? Okay, well, you know what? Let blue just sort of do their thing. And then let's go ahead and set up this defense. The thing is, this is going to be right in the way of Brown's attacks, though I do have an ally close by that, in theory, will help us. Let's maybe force this thing towards me. Oh, never mind. Well, we got it anyway, so that's fine. Okay, keep going with the probes, and then I'm just going to make Dragoons. Space, I think, in the long term is going to be a bit of an issue in this base, because I don't want to block my ally from being able to get down to me. I kind of want to try lots of Hornets. I see a pretty large Brown attack coming from that direction. But I guess better that they come up here rather than attack my expansion that's still being set up. Never mind, they are coming to this expansion that's still being set up. Maybe they'll avoid me if they just go straight to my allies, which is what I'm sort of hoping for. And then we'll start setting up defense in this general vicinity over time. Okay, and I don't want to be floating too many resources, so keep making probes. I'm going to keep getting upgrades and tech structures, and then just the occasional Dragoon. Again, I like that blue is playing defense for us. I wonder if the Revenants do area damage to air attacks. That would be kind of helpful. And he can take care of that. Again, the fact that they're sort of defending me is really nice, I think, for this type of mission. All right, so we're gonna go. See, where can I fit these buildings so that I don't want to trap my ally from being able to move out and actually help me. I just heard a voice line from an infested Terran, so let's be vigilant there. I'm really greedy with my economy right now, and I may regret that. Okay, I have a second forge coming up, plus the Templar Archives. I would really prefer if my ally didn't attack the UED, but since they're doing it, it's tempting to move up here and try to... I think I was a little too late. I had just said if I had moved up with them, that probably would have been pretty good. That's the Kali shield regen, which seems like it'll be really useful in this instance. I get some probes up here, and then I'm going to build more cannons. And again, maybe Nekron can elaborate how the enemies are stronger or not in this particular instance. I'm not sure. Okay, so we're kind of walling ourselves in here, and I need some more pylons anyway, so why not put them like over here? Okay, get on gas, please, and then let's go +2 attack. I could also start getting. It's like I gotta cram these buildings in somewhere. I can't afford a lot. Again, I'm being really greedy with my tech currently. And maybe I shouldn't. Blue's giving me some great scouting information. I am gonna kill the Overmind. Based on information on the synopses of the missions, apparently if you don't kill... Yellow has... I'm gonna guess it's yellow. It's the Leviathan Brood. Has a Cerebrate. If you don't kill the Cerebrate... Or... kill the Overmind. Basically, if you go straight for the Callus and ignore the yellow and orange factions, the yellow Leviathan Brood chases you to Ire and makes either Mission 7 or Mission 8 a little harder, which I think is neat. I grab that faster shield regen, and then just keep making more Dragoons. Where can I fit another gateway? Our income's pretty decent right now. Stargate's done. I can make carriers. I heard an Ultralisk attacking at that moment. Again, I really like how this AI functions. It's very, very useful. Now let's go Robo Facility as well. So where do you make those? Maybe I can't build them. Yeah, see, these attacks are pretty large. Let's, again, and not having, oh gosh. Ugh. Not having, I'm trying to focus them down, but they just wander right into all my stuff. Not having zealots really is challenging here. My probes are all still alive, though. See, I could just go straight carriers here. One thing that I've been warned is don't make air against UED, because they have so much splash air, and they get those Charon rockets on their sky wings and such that it becomes sort of untenable. Okay, waiting for our Robo Facility so I can get more Reavers, and then we can start pushing into the UED. Okay, so you build the Hornets here. Interesting. Let's grab an observatory. And let's grab... We can make arbiters, too. A robo support bay. And I guess a fleet beacon. Okay, very nice. Waiting for these upgrades. Waiting for this upgrade. Get these upgrades on these Hornets, and then I can throw down some cannons and pylons on the outskirts, because I'm going to be supply blocked if I keep trying to build this stuff. Those infested Terrans, man, it was dirty, but... If I would have moved out... I don't know if I would have been able to kill the UED that early, if I would have tried to move out there. I doubt it, so that's why, probably for the best that I didn't do that. Okay, well, this is why I built this stuff. We just want to get as much value out of that as possible. Okay, fleet beacons. Normally you can't build carriers on this map, I don't think. But this time we can. Scarab and Hornet damage. I'm going to get that. That sounds great. And then we're spending all of our gas right now and just queuing up more Dragoons. Because Dragoons are going to be the bulk of our army this time. Blue keeps... I prefer blue focused on yellow, primarily. So I'm happy that that's what they're doing. Hornet's not going to be too good against, I think, against UED.
Upgrade complete.
So we can save those. Also, again, just the nature of the map, there are spore colonies everywhere. Just everywhere. Oh, so I guess you can only upgrade their damage once, which is the Scarab and Hornet. Interesting. Okay, so air weapons is only going to be useful for carriers and scouts. I can't make Corsairs either because we're the Kali faction. Let's go ahead and get some Reavers. We're getting that Reaver damage. We're waiting for more upgrades, and I just need enough units that I can comfortably push up into white. And I have to wait because it seems like, I mean, the enemy attacks are quite large, so we want to make sure that we're not going to be getting hit by something large. Else we'll regret moving out and leaving our base, but that's what saving is for as well. Okay, and then let's grab... Yeah, we're waiting for the Reavers. I could get more Hornets, and I think what I'll do now that... I mean... I might as well... They're so expensive. They're beefier, they're tankier, but they are just so terribly expensive. This just doesn't seem like the right map to make air in general, if you ask me. So I'm just going to keep making Dragoons. Ground armor, and then Reavers I'm going to hotkey. And then any air units I'm going to hotkey so that I can chase down any potential Guardians. So, like, I could make some extra Hornets, basically just to, like, chase down Guardians where they pop up. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to move up this ramp, though moving up the ramp is probably going to be not the best of choices. I'm not sure. The UED has sensed that we're trying to move into their territory, so they send down one Steel Legionnaire. You know what, though? They are fighting each other, which we can really use to our advantage by just leaving. If I just left them all alive, that could work. I don't think Max Scarabs is really that worthwhile, honestly. I'm going to grab Observer Sight Range and then another Observer. And here comes Brown. This is what I was talking about, is waiting for the potential of these large attacks. And Blue is here to defend us, which I really appreciate. They kill some pylons here or there, but in the grand scheme, the fact that they assist us is really, really useful, and I think now that we survived that, we can get over here and fight our way into white. And they're super strong.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
And they're super strong battle cruisers. I mean, we have super strong carriers, but again, this just doesn't seem like the time to use it. All right, let's try to move up this ramp, and maybe Blue will come with us if we're lucky. Okay, get up there. Get up there. Blue is blocking me, unfortunately. I can't force him to move. How long on +3? I should just get up the ramp and then wait for a moment. Okay, give me some of these extra Hornets. Hotkey those. Back, back. Whoa, 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 whoa. UED Scorpions that shoot lasers. Interesting stuff. All right, let's push over to the left. This is why I'm not making air, because Valkyries. Valkyrie's gonna Valkyrie. All right, Blue, I'm counting on you.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
or I'm going to get... all my units are going to get stuck. And I'm not going to be able to get up this ramp properly to be able to push into UED. Where, you know, our Reavers got stuck as well. Honestly, blue kind of screwed the pooch for me in that instance. But I'm going to try to just keep pushing up in that direction. Get more Reavers. I mean, I can bring up the Hornets, because why not? I have all these units that are just stuck. Again, the layout of these bases is not really ideal. Let's try to focus on production structures. The Hornets are covering me for now. Alright, back up, and here comes blue. Any additional support is ideal. Again, the attack here, the timing of it was really, really poor. But I mean, I guess it's fine. I need a mineral dump. What do I have that really costs only minerals? Really nothing, unfortunately. I just need more gateways, and we haven't lost... yeah, I mean, we haven't lost that many probes. All right, let's keep pushing. If we can take out the UED, then we have one base up here, and then we can cut our way down into orange. And we just survived 2 large attacks from orange and brown. I should have known better. Again, I attacked pretty much at just the wrong time. Okay, let's go. Keep moving up. I mean, Reavers, with the amount of extra minerals we have, this does feel like a good Reaver map. Let's get a probe up here. So my initial attack was wasted because I had to end up turning around and focus on the enemy attack, which again was wasteful. All right, let's get that queued up. I can build more. I can build pylons up here now and take the base in general. I'm not sure why there are generators here. I'm right-clicking these units, but they are not moving. There you go. Okay, very nice. And then we'll set up a little defense up here to defend us against air attacks. But for the most part, we survive UED. So that's a plus. I guess I'll grab Max Scarabs, and I have more Reavers here. And that's the Vespene gas. Again, the brown attacks and the orange attacks now are the things that concern me. Yellow doesn't seem like it's an AI that's attacking. Oh, wow, they mind-controlled the Totus Ritter. I like that. So what I think basically what happens is they start with the Gatling guns, and you pay for, like, the rocket upgrade, and then their anti-ground and anti-air attack turns into the Charon rockets, I think is how that works. Oh, interesting. Okay, there's no ramp down here. We have to go through yellow in some fashion. Interesting stuff. Okay, well, interceptors, and if I'm gonna make carriers, you have to get the max the max capacity. Otherwise, it's just silly. Let's get down here and help us out. Blue is here as well. We're getting more upgrades. Gas on just dragoons. Now, I could push down through yellow and try to completely negate yellow, which will allow blue to help me a bit more. Or perhaps we just want to... Oh, I don't know. Now I don't know. I think I'm gonna make a lot of Hornets though, because they seem neat. How about that? And then we're gonna get air armor. Well, no. I mean, if we have even just one carrier would benefit so much from attack upgrades. I can get so many more gateways, but again, I don't have gas to produce it. I don't know what the best option is here. Like what a good mineral dump would be. Mass shuttles. It would draw the fire from all of the spore colonies. You know. Yeah, let's get this gas going. How's this over here? This is getting mined out. We could transfer some probes from both of these locations.
Upgrade complete.
So yeah, normally I wouldn't make this many Reavers, but I guess today's the day.
Upgrade complete.
I feel like I'm going to regret making any air units, so I don't really want to spend more money. I don't really want to spend more money on getting air upgrades, you know? Thanks for this Totus Ritter. Again, blue is like the perfect AI for this mission, where it's very cramped, and it's really hard to keep yourself defended. I'm kind of at the point where if this base goes down, that would be okay. See, are they reacting to help me, or are they reacting to go and attack brown, I wonder? Very interesting. Guess we should leave some units over there. And we can get this sort of resaturated. I'm still going to rebuild these cannons because I have the minerals to do so. And because we've removed an AI completely, let's just keep cycling our saves. And again, these cannons at this point might as well be free just because I have so many resources. And I have another base that's up and coming. See, now I have gas where if I wanted to, I could make more carriers. Alright, Hornet, I don't think you're going to do too well here. Ignores armor is actually really, really interesting. It seems like it's something that would actually gain a lot of utility in the late game. Specifically against, like, Devourers and things like that. They may drop up here on my new base. I think I just need to spend my money, and would be good to go. So let's just keep making Dragoons and Hornets, get our last level of Plasma Shields. And look at that, we've actually spent most of the money that became available to us, but that's fine. We've got a lot of resources. Okay, there we go. +3, though I don't know if that's going to be necessary. I think maybe we just want to start pushing down here and like, how do we get... There we go. That's how we get into orange. The problem is, again, these really, really large attacks that come out of nowhere. We can rely on blue, I think, to help us to a degree. Let's just get some vision on the high ground here and then move in and just start pecking away at this garbage. And then I guess let's get Observer speed as well. What I'm glad about in this case is there's no loss like hero loss condition. It takes a bit of a load off. So I think because of some mistimings, this is tough because they're floating over my. Now the brown attacks are becoming a lot more ferocious. Let's go ahead and move into position down here. And start moving towards the Overmind by getting through yellow in the first place. Okay, and then I built these Hornets basically to take out these types of threats. Ignoring armor on the Ultralisks is good. I mean, this is pretty much mined out at this point, so it's kind of... I mean, this helps cut off attacks onto blue. So I think it's all good, and then let's make, we have another carrier coming out, and they just keep making Dragoons. Gotta move these units out of the swarm. We're losing stuff to silly things at this point. Okay, get the Reavers up, get out of the way, and don't block the Reavers. We're gonna keep going in this direction. Okay, very nice. And hopefully our allies will make their way over here soon enough. My other carrier has died, but again, I can afford to remake them now. I'm going to keep making Hornets to respond to Guardian attacks that hit me from the other direction. Okay, these probes, let's go ahead and transfer you up here for the extra income. I think there's plenty of resources still on the map. I've just chosen to do this kind of in a wonky way. If I maybe just cut over straight to the Overmind, this would be a lot easier, but instead I kind of want to kill the yellow Cerebrit. I don't know how necessary that really is, though, at this point, so I probably shouldn't worry about it. Okay, I mean, we're getting rid of yellow production as well, so I don't think that's ever a bad thing. What I want to do with the carriers is I don't want the carriers to get distracted by attacking the stuff that's, like, sitting up on the high ground, so I'd, like, leave it on hold position kind of in the back. Let's move on in. You hold position, and I'm going to grab another... I'm going to get some additional observers as well, because now I have extra gas. And with the extra gas that I have, I can start getting Archons. I got a little group of Hornets now that I can use to fly around the map and support us against air units, or anything, really. Keep making those Scarabs. I feel like the group that I have now could probably win the map if I microed them properly.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, I'm gonna actually leave the carriers at home and use them to push through orange later. Unfortunately, brown may be coming this way with their attacks, which is gonna be rough. Let's try to back up and get support from our Reavers, because our Reavers are gonna do great against these types of attacks. Again, just almost like unlucky pathing right here, where brown is choosing to attack through this direction. But you can see with the Reavers now, we're killing it. Thanks for the Dark Swarm, buddy. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's go Archons. Got a full group of Hornets, more carriers. I could make more carriers as well. This is where I'm like, I'm artificially elongating the mission. It doesn't need to be like this, but... let's use the Reavers to poke away at the sunken colonies. No reason to just run into those. There's the Cerebrit. I don't have any Dark Templar, though. I assume that I'll... Maybe I have to let blue do it. I'm not sure. Okay, and then back to Dragoons. And let's just leave these things at home so that we can kill, again, the large amounts of orange things that may be coming this way. Let's focus the Cerebrit and see what happens. And let's save before we do it. I guess I could technically now safely go for the... Oh yeah, see, I don't think I can kill it. I think blue needs to do it. At the very least, we can... Oh, no. No, now he's dead. I just had to kill him twice, maybe? I'm not sure. Now blue's attacking into orange. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. And I like that blue is now just completely... Red? There's... Oh! So red is like a... Red is like a hero faction that are spawning down from where the Callus is, I presume. Okay, so let's move on up. Again, I think I've won at this point. It's just getting through Orange's stuff. And let's go ahead and rally, I guess, like here-ish is where we want to be. So that we're not sitting in that little area where we're going to get stuck. Brown attacks? I mean, I could just be I could just race against time in terms of brown attacks now. Oh god. Oh god. They're very smart. They know to go for your units that are like in the middle. Bunch of jerks. Okay, I built more observers and they're just sitting at home. I have a lot of them too. Let's go. Get over there. Carriers and then make interceptors. Okay, and okay, there's nothing there. Something just roared, which means possible, maybe Torask. I don't know. I'd like to move my Reavers up. They've provided huge DPS for us over time. A lot of this high ground junk that's going to stop my carriers from being able to get in position. I have more than enough stuff. It's just it's hard to get it through these little canyons. And I will say that it feels like the downward swing of these maps is a lot faster. Like it very much the map sort of concedes to you once it knows you've won in a quick way. So it's either like you got to keep the map hard through the whole time, or make it so that like there's an exhale and you know that like, okay, I won at this point and now I can very easily move on. I think is great. It's really well done so far from what I've seen on these maps. Make Scarabs. Interceptors doing their thing. Are they? Where are the Interceptors? Oh, they're not. They're just not attacking anything. Where's the Overmind? We're getting to it. I think we're past the high ground stuff. Brown's moving towards us now, towards our wall of cannons. Let them, you know what? Let them have it at this point. We're about to wipe them out. Reavers seem decent at taking on those infested Terrans, and we're about to destroy their source regardless. Okay, those observers. This is a nice little force that we've got here. So it's very diverse, and not having zealots does make you really rethink your composition. Zealots are just so good at just diving straight into where they need to be and letting your heavy damage dealers survive and get again to where they need to be. just kind of stay together here. Let's rebuild our scarabs. The interceptors definitely move faster, too. It's just like carriers and battlecruisers in general have received a pretty noticeable buff. I don't know if Guardians have, but Guardians seem pretty much the same. The difference on the carriers is that they're way more supply and also way more expensive.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Executor, the Callus is ours. Let us depart this wretched world and return to Shakuras.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Shakuras to return to.
Get him! This was a nice one. I like this. It felt like more on a more grand scale, but still was relatively concise in terms of map size and how long it takes to complete. So, like I had said, I think my typical boredom with StarCraft Brood War in the past is you take 30 minutes to essentially win the map and then 30 minutes to clean up a map. And I think there are too many maps that are like that. And I think the game is great. It's just I've played it a lot, so I need something that varies that up at this point. And these maps so far, the cleanup phase is extremely short. And that's because the most interesting parts of the maps are the first part, where you're getting hit on, from multiple angles. You have to figure out how to survive, which expansions to take. And the enemy attacks are large, and they don't mess around. And I like that. But once you start destroying the enemy bases, it naturally becomes easier. So you either make the remaining AI harder or make more AI come online later. Or, from what I've noticed so far in the missions that I've played, the macro missions, is what happens is, basically, by taking that pressure off of yourself, if you're a competent player, decent player, a casual veteran, as I would describe myself, you should be in a powerful enough position that once you are able to kind of take that breath, like, okay, I've been able to take the pressure off of myself, you should be able to win relatively quick. And I think, that's just something that kind of came with the original maps as well, and I'm sure there's going to be some real challenging ones later on that are going to take much, much longer. But again, this was a nice little slice of, active AI. You had an interesting AI that defended you. I actually really liked how the Fleet of the Matriarch worked in this map. And you had like a weird little Kali Remnant tribe, which was a different color to demonstrate that it's a different tribe. And this one apparently just doesn't have zealots, whereas the Fleet of the Matriarch, had revenants and could make kind of the whole slew of the Daelon Protoss arsenal at this point in Brood War, at least. And yeah, it was a much more defensive AI that stuck to like the tier 1 and tier 1.5 units, and it functioned exactly how I would have wanted an AI to function on this type of map, because it's very challenging to set up good defense on a map where you don't have a lot of space like this. Like, you can pull units into a choke point, which is where those tier 1 and 1.5 units can shine that your ally is making, and meanwhile you can go on the offensive. So if you can work with your AI in that way, your AI ally, then you can handle this map. Otherwise, if you turtle too hard and for too long, the UED eventually, I assume, would turn its sights on you and be able to roll over you. Cool, I like this one. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.